Hey there, so in this video I am going to talk about how to stop comparing your body to others. You know, when you see that beautiful person or that person on social media or that person at the party, how not to let other people's bodies make you feel insecure. There's a quote, I think it's called, comparison is the thief of all joy. And it is so true. So the first thing we need to really understand is most of what we compare ourselves to is a very idealistic, untrue form of beauty that a rare percentage of the world has those body proportions, the facial structures and things like that. And to be fully transparent, most of the ones that do have that, if they're in modeling, if they're in entertainment, they have Botox, they have lip fillers and injections, they spend thousands and thousands of dollars on treatments, cellulite treatments and so forth. And this is like a real thing. This isn't like, oh, some people get this done. I would venture to say nearly every single person in the spotlight has had something like this done at some level, especially if, they're, a little older, so to speak. Most everyone's had that done. And by older, I mean like not 19. And even then, some have had that done, right? On Instagram and social media, we are comparing it to perfect lighting, Facetune and Photoshop, injections and fillers, body treatments, body contouring, like all of these things. We're also comparing it to images that have been picture perfect constructed. And so when we see these things of beauty outside of ourselves that are quote unquote flawless, we naturally have this thing inside of us that's going to feel less than, going to feel like if we're not like that, we are, there's something wrong with us. We need to change ourselves. We need to go do the $10,000 procedure that they did because that's going to get us blank. And when I say blank, this goes deep, right? So as women, we have been conditioned to believe that everything we want in life comes because we're beautiful or if we're beautiful. We've been conditioned to think that we will have more if we're thin or pretty. We will, have an easier time with work. We'll have an easier time with relationships. We'll have an easier time making friends. Like we have been programmed to really put so much of our worth in our appearance and our body. And in no way am I slamming men. Men have their own pressures. They have pressures around success and protection and providing and things like that we don't have as much. Some people do, but I'm talking just traditional conditioning. So we all kind of know this at a conceptual level, but then why do we get so triggered inside? And this actually goes pretty deep. So as humans, we're wired for survival. And back in the day when we were just living in a bunch of tribes and so forth, if you didn't have, a spouse, your likelihood of dying, sorry to be morbid, but your likelihood of surviving was less if you weren't in the tribe and you didn't have a spouse, right? So partnership actually increased the likelihood of surviving. Being a well-accepted tribe member increased the likelihood of surviving. So if you, walking through the world, has been conditioned that you're not going to have that partner, you're going to be judged and kind of an outcast if your body's not a certain way, then when that comes up, you're not just dealing with like a negative body image, you're dealing with this visceral fear that your survival's threatened if you are not a certain size. And this awareness is so important because a lot of times we just think like this is the way the world is, and no, like it's not. And so if you link, because of conditioning, you link everything you want in life with being a certain size, these feelings are gonna come up, and they're not just feelings, they're going to feel like, oh my goodness, I have to have this. And so it's really important to have that awareness and remind yourself that, hey, just because this thing's coming up inside of me, just because I see something outside of myself that's most likely fake that I wanna be like, that doesn't mean that this is my truth. That actually, all this is, this belief isn't even mine. It's been passed down from generations and generations and generations of oppression, of keeping women small, of really making women and their worth tied to all of these things that really have nothing to do with our worth on the world or on this planet. And so when that comes up, know that that thought's not yours. That thought is passed down, and it's up to us to slowly form our new truths over time. So with our work here, we have this acronym. It's FORE. So F is find your center. So you feel triggered, you find your center, you breathe, you get centered. In our programs, we go way deeper, but I'm gonna give you a super high level overview for the sake of time. O is observe what's coming up, right? So observe like, oh man, that woman's beautiful, and I wanna be like her. I want this, I want that. I feel like I need this. And then R is recognize and reassure. So recognize that even though those beliefs are happening, or those thoughts or feelings are happening and they're okay, that is not actually your real thoughts, right? That's conditioning. That's old ways of thinking. That's old pattern thinking. And then reassure is reassure that part of yourself that's scared. Reassure that part of yourself that wants that thing, that you are deserving of anything you want in life, whether your face is perfectly angled and highlighted on Instagram or not, or whether you have as cool of clothes as the beautiful girl that just walked in the party, right? You are capable and deserving of everything you desire in life, and that nervous little girl inside needs that reassurance. And then E is embody your new truth. So E is go and do something, take that step that reaffirms to yourself, hey, you're worth it no matter what. You're worth it no matter what they look like, what you see outside of yourself. You are worth it. So embody your truth and go take an action that declares that new truth. So that action might actually be saying hi to that girl. She's probably really friendly, and honestly, she will have as many or more insecurities than you. No matter what someone looks like, the insecurities don't go anywhere. We're all still weird humans with our own patterns, our own beliefs, our own fears. And she's probably walking into that party nervous. And that girl on Instagram, hiding behind the filters and the Photoshop and everything, is probably really nervous to let her true self be seen too. And it's all okay. No judgment for any of the things I talked about here with other people and all of that. No judgments. We're all on our own journey, but it's just so important to be on your own journey, not a journey so influenced by what others are doing, what others are thinking, and the image others are portraying through the world. So let this video serve as your motivation to really find your own truth and be connected to your truth and your worth and your deservingness to truly have everything you desire, no matter what size you are, what you look like, how you look in the pictures, whatever it is, you are so worth it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'd love to hear your experience with comparison or your experience with this video and some of these thoughts in the comment section below this video. And I hope this really supported you. It was an area of my life that I struggled with tremendously. You know, my insecurities about my body spurred all of my disordered eating behavior, all of my weight struggles. It was at the root of everything. So finding freedom in this department is so, so, so important. So hope this helped. Let me know if it did in the comments below. And if you liked this video and want to see more like it, please come back every Tuesday. Subscribe to the channel because we are releasing videos every Tuesday about showing you how to get to food freedom forever, showing you how to love your body, and showing you how to live your best life. So I will see you in the next video. The training that I have in the description just below this video, or the link, just click someplace around this, that training is going to be what supports you with getting there.